Hi everybody, how y'all doing? And welcome back to Ron's World. Yes, welcome back to my channel, everybody. How y'all doing for this wonderful Tuesday? Yes, we're in the holiday season, so everybody who's watching this, happy holidays to you and your family and everybody worldwide. All right, let's get back into this video. Now, on October 18th, I had did a little documentary of the new Intel 14 Gen CPUs that are out. And I said, I'm going to do a price list. Well, today is that price list. So here we go. Keep in mind that this price list is no more than $1,500. I am including basic simple parts for 1080p gaming as well as 1440p gaming and a little bit of content creation. Yes, you can create content with using the Intel i5 14600KF and the Intel i7 14700KF. Now the reason why I'm using the KF because there are non-integrated graphics in the CPU. So you get no integrated graphics in the CPU, and when you use the integrated graphics, as I've been noticing over the years, even though you're using a GPU, you will actually be installing the integrated graphics for that CPU, and we're not using that because this is a gaming system as well as a little content creating system for under $1,500. I'm not asking you no more. I'm not asking you to put in any extra. Now, I will be putting a list for the i9 14900KF for extremers. The reason why I did not include that in this list here, because it is over the price budget I'm setting it at. You need to spend no more than $1,500, and $1,500 is where we're going at with. So enough of me talking. I'm not going to bore you too long. Let's get right into it. We know the holiday seasons are coming around, especially Black Friday. So if you think this price list is good for you, click on the affiliate links in the description below and purchase the parts. It helps my channel out and it helps your pockets out as well too. All right, let's get into it. Alrighty, up first, before we get started with the i5 14600KF. You see this red bar here? I'm gonna click on that. Once you see that, don't get alarmed because it tells you this here. Warning: the Gigabyte Z790 UDAX ATX motherboard supports the Intel i5 14600KF with a BIOS version of F8. If the motherboard is using a lower version, like if you're using the F6 or the F7, I will be putting a video in the description below so you can click on it and update following the simple methods of updating your BIOS without using a CPU and a RAM, only using the Q flash on the motherboard. Alrighty, so look for that link in the description below if you buy this motherboard. If you're not on F8, that means if you set up everything and you hit the power button and you don't get no post on your monitors, that means you need to update your BIOS. Alrighty, and you need another additional computer for that. So you can download the BIOS information on a flash drive and then crank the flash drive up into your system by updating your BIOS to read the new and latest CPUs of the 14th gen, if you have not done that yet lately. Alrighty, back up. Here we go. We are using the Intel Core i5 14600KF 3.5 gigahertz with 14 cores, coming in at $304. I'm using the ID Cooling Airflow AIO, coming in at $59.99. I'm using the Gigabyte Z790 UDAX ATX LGA 1700 motherboard, coming in at $169.99. The memory is my favorite memory I always use is the Team Group T-Create Classic 32 gigabyte. This is a dual kit of 16 gigabyte per stick, DDR5, 6,000 megahertz speed. They do have a 1700 megahertz speed, but I'm trying to keep it at a certain price point. But if you want the 1700, then just swap it out and just add it into your shopping cart. This memory is coming in at $73.98. The storage is the Gigabyte Hours Gen 5 12,000 1 terabyte M.2 PCIe 5.0 X4 NVMe solid state drive coming in at $154.99. Now keep in mind the Z790 motherboards do have a PCIe X4. I know y'all gamers, y'all love fast, snappy speed. That's why I put this in there. If you find something else less price, then I always recommend that you save money because that's what I prefer that us shoppers do is save a little money so you can go ahead and put that back in our savings account or save it for something else later on down the line. This memory, this is M.2 is coming at $154.99. The graphic card, I am using the ARC A750 8 GB. Now, back in the old school days, and I'm not going to bore you too long. Back in the old school days, we had our 1 GB, our 2 GB, our 3, our 4, our 5, our 6, then our 8 GB. 8 GB is the new sweet spot for mid-level gaming. Why I chose the ORC ARC A750 from Sparkle because Intel Arc has came a long way. The drivers are pretty stable for using 1080p gaming. Notice I said 1080p. So that means between from 60 hertz to 144 hertz on these monitors. So yes, if you don't like upgrading your system and you still are on 1080p monitors, then this GPU will work for your needs and with the i5 14600KF. This graphic card is coming at $219.99. So well under $220. Don't sleep on the ARC. Just like I always say, when picking your parts out, go by your judgment of how you want to use your system. Never let no one tell you how your system performs or you need to switch out parts because they want you on their latest gear. No, you own your gear, your system will perform for your needs only. And with this Sparkle ORC ARC A750 8 GB video card, you cannot go wrong with it coming in at $219.99. Now, Deepcool is always on my radar. I love their cases. And this Deepcool CC 560 ATX mid-tile case coming in at $63.98 is a good price point for an ATX case. Now you have new cases out, but like the Height Y70, why would I want you to spend $400 on a case because it has a display screen? I want you to stay in budget. I want you to feel comfortable with what you putting together. And with this a Deepcool CC 560 ATX mid-tile case for $63.98 from Newegg, you cannot go wrong with it. And the power supply is beefy. Yes, it is a 850 watt 80 plus gold certified module power supply because if you are overclocker and if you want to go ahead on and push the performance of the Intel i5 14600KF, then this power supply will be that need for you. The Antec NE850G coming in at $139.99. Now, this is the only good budget power supply I can find in that price range. Yes, in that price range. Most 850 watt 80 plus golds are going for $180 to $290. I don't want you spending no more on a power supply. So the Antec NE850G M-ATX 850 watt 80 plus gold is a sweet point for $139.99, which brings the whole total of this build. Base total is $1,182.92. Well set under the $1,500 price point that I have it marked for. With the shipping, it comes up to $1,186.91, and you cannot go wrong with that. So if you think this build on the Intel i5 14600KF is sweet for you, then go out and purchase it and enjoy your gaming needs for the holidays. The next one is the i7 14700KF 3.4 gigahertz, which got good speeds. Now the boost of this thing is like 5.1 gigahertz for boost. That's extremely fast. And trust me, the highest of my boost is no more than 3.9 to 4 gigahertz. And trust me, that works for me. I don't know how to go ahead on and implement this 5 gigahertz boost. That's extremely fast. So I know y'all love y'all stuff snappy and fast while you live streaming or you sitting down here editing videos or gaming. This CPU will work on 20 cores and I think 32 threads. Oh, you can't go wrong with that. This here processor is coming at $393 flat, and you can go ahead and pick it up off B&H. Deepcool LT520 AIO cooler coming in at $109.99 from Andromeda. The motherboard, and I love this motherboard by Gigabyte, is the Gigabyte Z790 RS Elite AX ATX LGA 1700 motherboard. $239.99. The memory is a Team Group T-Create Classic 32 gigabyte. Oh yes, my team, my group, and I love them. Dual kit, 16 gigabyte per stick at DDR5, 6000 megahertz at CL48, $73.98. The storage is the Gigabyte R's Gen 5 12,000 1TB M.2 PCIe 5.0 by 4 NVMe coming at $154.99. The graphic card. Now I'm switching from the ARC to the Radeon RX 6700 XT, giving y'all gamers a little more VRAM to enjoy. Now if you need more VRAM, then that's up to you. Once you switch out the parts, then the price go up. So if you have a certain price already saved up, then you just switch out parts, and then I want you to be happy with your build. This here Radeon RX 6700 XT CLD 12 gigabyte is coming in at $309.99. My favorite case is Deepcool CC 560 ATX. The reason I love this case is because it comes with 4 ARGB fans. It has a top vent open for the Deepcool LT 520, so you can exhaust all that heat out from your AIO. And this case is coming in at $63.98. The power supply is the Antec NE850G ATX 3.0 850 watt 80 plus gold certified fully modular power supply. So yes, if you don't need all them cables, you can go ahead and add the cables you need, which is your 24 pin cable, your CPU 8-pin cable, as well as your GPU cables. Yes, this here power supply is coming at $139.99. Base total is $1,481.92. Shipping is $3.99, giving you a grand total of $1,485.91. And you cannot go wrong with neither one of these builds. Okay, that concludes the price list of the i5 14600KF and the i5 14700KF. Both of these parts are good. I did the prices of the 14th gen. Is it worth it? I'm going to let the newcomers decide. Now, keep in mind, if you're overclocking it, you are getting an overclock 13th gen CPU. If you're on the i5 13600KF, the i7 13700KF, etc., as well as the i9, which I'm not including because that CPU is expensive. So, and it's going to raise the bar over what I set the price budget at. So, for $1,500, if you got it saved up, you cannot go wrong with that at all. And Go ahead on and buy, shop, click on my affiliate links if you want to support my channel, support this price list. Well appreciate it. Thank y'all for watching. I love y'all. I love my supporters. Thank you for taking the time out watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button on the way out if you like this video. In the comment section below, post your comments on what would you change out. I take time out to read and I answer everybody's questions that comes in through the comments. And like always, happy holidays. Thank y'all for watching. And I love you. Happy holidays.